Show. It's the B. Tatum. It's the B. Tatum Show.
Oh. It's the B. Tatum. It's the B. Tatum Show. Show.
It's the B. Tatum.
It's the B. Tatum Show. Oh. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's the B. Tatum. What's up, Tony? What's up, FaZe? Y'all welcome to the B. Tatum Show. B. Tatum Show. Show.
It's the B. Tatum.
It's the B. Tatum Show. All right, it's the B. Tatum Show, man. It's the B. Tatum. B. Tatum. B. Tatum. B. Tatum. All right, let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, I had to get on here tonight to just express my thoughts about the things that I'm seeing and hearing in my ear gates, what I'm hearing, and in my eye gates, what I'm seeing as it relates to Breonna Taylor and all this other stuff. So let me just say this real quick. I don't believe the lies. Breonna Taylor wasn't just an innocent young black lady just sitting in the house, sleeping, dreaming about her future and how she's going to turn her life around. And all of a sudden, police are bombarding her door by accident. That is not what happened. I have 40-plus pages of documents related to the investigation into Breonna Taylor, and Jamarcus Glover, and other conspirators in a drug ring that went on. And Breonna Taylor's residence and her person and property were on a search warrant, a legally obtained search warrant, to raid her house. She was involved in knee-deep, ankle-deep, crochet braid deep in the drug game with Jamarcus Glover. She got caught up, and she, unfortunately, she lost her life in the midst of it. And your boy Kenneth Walker, whom I think he should have been charged, but I can understand how, with the totality of circumstances and the beyond a reasonable doubt threshold, that he wasn't able. They didn't charge him. I get it. You know, anybody, Helen Keller could hear them beating at the door, knocking and announcing. Somehow he couldn't, even though when the door came open, he looked at Sergeant Mattingly and shot him. How that happened, we all know how that happened. But anyway, he got off. But originally in this Breonna Taylor case, he got off, and he had originally said that she was the one that was shooting. He originally said that Breonna Taylor was the one that was shooting. He blamed it on her. It was her fault. She was the guilty person, until Sergeant Mattingly had to say, look, no, I saw him point the gun down the hallway, pointed directly at me, and he shot me. I saw him shoot me. I returned fire. Unfortunately, he's shielding himself behind his girlfriend, Breonna Taylor, and she took the rounds right on the chin. Probably one of them went to the head. That's not the police's fault. That's the cost of doing business when you're involved in a drug game. These individuals like Breonna Taylor and others would not be ridiculed or would not be criticized to this particular degree if it had not been for the left that's trying to defend them so hard. I think that if Breonna Taylor was, like every other person that this happened to, it would not be this problemsome if people weren't pumping her up and promoting her, because she would have been a bad situation, a good situation gone bad, and nobody would be talking about it. However, they keep acting like she's a god and that she had done no wrong. And that's where, the problem that I have come into play is that she wasn't sleeping in the bed. They didn't hit the wrong house. They didn't do anything wrong. They had a legitimate search warrant. They did a search warrant. Although they had a no-knock exception, they went ahead and knocked anyway and blasted through the door when it was necessary. But these people are out talking about Breonna Taylor and lying to the masses about who Breonna Taylor was, what she represented, and I think it's shameful. And people need to know the truth. And that's why on the Taylor Report, we have the full document of Breonna Taylor, the full documentation of what Breonna Taylor did, the whole investigation. I mean, the whole gamut. Now let me find this article, because I want you guys to have access to it, and you can click on it. I'm gonna post the article. I'm post a link to the article right here. You click on it. You put it in the search engine. When you're done, I'm gonna pin it to the top. This is the full Breonna Taylor investigation. Just go in there and click. Share it with your friends, your mama and them, your baby daddy and them. Share it with everybody you can, because people need to know the truth. And here's the truth. People can read it for themselves. B. Tatum don't have to be the one to tell you. You can read it for yourself. Everybody and their mama know what went on with Breonna Taylor. And it's unfortunate, because this stuff happened all too often. And they shield and they protect people like Breonna Taylor, and then they lead other black folks astray. Right? They lead them to the path of destruction, because they never address the problems. They only address the police. And when the police aren't the problem, then what do you have? What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? You know, and this is why I think that it was a foolish decision, and it's a brain dead decision for people to talk about abolishing the no-knock warrant. And just say, you know, ask yourself, if you disagree with me, ask yourself, have you ever conducted a no-knock warrant? Have you ever been a part of a no-knock raid? Have you ever been a part of an investigation that necessitated a no-knock warrant? If the answer is no, then just take a back seat, chill out, sit in the back. A no-knock warrant is probably one of the safest ways to do a warrant when you're dealing with violent people. You don't want to knock on somebody's door and they know they finna spend the rest of their life in prison, and they have enough time, motive, energy, effort to do you in while you're knocking on the door like a peaceful person. And I want people to understand the no-knock warrant has a lot of involvement. It's not just, you know, a no-knock for drugs. What about the people who are watching, you know what, online with little kids? You got to no-knock their house. Because if you don't no-knock their house and you knock on the door, it's the police. It's the police. Open up. Mr. You finna do the rest of your life in prison, and we can't secure that nobody gonna take advantage of you while you're in prison. Go ahead and delete the computer before we get in there. Go ahead and do whatever you got to do to hide evidence. You know what? Nobody's gonna do that. That's what a knock warrant will get you. If you knock on somebody's door in a case where, you know, you have somebody doing felonious material, got felonious material on their computer, or things that are that can flush down the toilet. When we used to do it, the speed of surprise and action just completely overwhelmed people. They had no way of knowing what was happening to them. They think you're coming in the front door, you go in the back door. They think you're coming through the back door, you go in the window. You throw flashbangs, you smoke, you do it all. And they don't know what's happening to them. They don't know if they sleep. They don't know if they're alive. They think they're in heaven. They think they're dead. They think they went to hell. I don't know. They got a whole bunch of things thinking in their mind. And by the time they come to, we already got them on the ground, arrested at gunpoint. You know, it's so fast. And a lot of times during the search warrants, the knock warrants, the no-knock warrants, we do an evaluation. We don't hit a house if there's kids present, or if there's a possibility of kids present. You know, we check the address 1,000 times. We do what we call drive-bys. We drive by and check it out, make sure it's all good. They'll never know it's us, but that's what we doing. We got all kind of stuff we do for no knocks, and that's why we do them, so we can come out on top and not get served, you know, a bad hand. And so let's talk about George Floyd for a minute, because I made a few videos about George Floyd. I made a video that got millions and millions of views about George Floyd when I talked about the situation from the very beginning. And I think it's clear as the noonday sun that the man wasn't just a black man walking down the street minding his business, and here come the racist white cops. That didn't happen. That hardly ever will happen in the history of our country. It won't happen. Most of the time, that will not happen. George Floyd was high on methamphetamine and crack cocaine. Not crack cocaine, but methamphetamine and fentanyl. And I showed a video in one of my other videos, in one of my other takes on George Floyd. I showed how potent fentanyl was, that a Phoenix police officer was handling fentanyl. People call it fentanyl. I call it fentanyl. they were handling fentanyl with gloves on and just handling drugs that was laced with fentanyl. He passed out and would have died if the police officers didn't have Narcan, which bring people back to life like Jesus Christ. So if they didn't have that, the officer would have died from just handling drugs laced with fentanyl. I'm assuming the vapor of the fentanyl in the drug caused him to pass out and become unconscious. Now, just imagine being George Floyd and you swallow fentanyl and methamphetamine at the same time. How soon do you think you're going to pass out and die? I'm surprised that he lasted that long, and probably the only reason he lasted that long because he's taking a fentanyl and he's also taking methamphetamine. So that could have been a very well the cause of his death. That does not negate that the police officer was, in my opinion, an idiot. And I thought that his behavior and mannerisms put him in the position, his behavior, mannerism, and arrogance, from my opinion. I don't know the man. I seen that he had a bad police record, which confirms to me that he was an idiot. Let me give y'all some facts and circumstances. I was a police officer for 6.5 years. I high speed chases, guns. I pull my gun out probably twice a week, 2 or 3 times a week, maybe once a shift. We work 4 days in a week. I mean, I've been through everything, at all except the officer involved shooting. And how many complaints did your boy B. Tatum get? 0. I got 0 sustainable complaints. I had maybe 3 people try to complain on me, and they all were full of. One lady, I had on body worn cam. I had the dash cam pointing in the back seat. I treated her with respect. She got air conditioned. I opened up the partition. She got air blowing on her. She's talking to me, having a conversation. She's an illegal alien, driving without a driver's license, ran through an intersection, hit a van full of people. I'm very nice to her. Her husband come back to the police station and make a complaint and said I was rude to her, that I had to cut handcuffs too tight. All of it was on camera, and it went bye-bye. 6.5 years, I had no formal complaints against me. Why, Mr. Tatum? Because it's really not that hard to treat people with respect. It's really not that hard to not break the law or not to do something that's against policy. It's really not that hard. Now, if you had 1 or 2 complaints, I get it. Some people are, sometimes you mess up. As long as you ain't killing nobody, I think you're still good. But this Chauvin dude had many complaints. He had many. I think somebody said he had like 14 complaints. And that's not, and I don't know how many was sustainable. I have to do my research on that. But when you look at the amount of complaints alleged that he had, plus his behavior with George Floyd, while people are taping and recording him, I don't know is he smoking crack? What world are you living in when you know black folks and you got a black man on the ground and you got your knee on his neck? Now, even if that's trained policy, you know what it looks like. You know what it looks like. I think we all have seen the video of Rodney King. They were justifying and hitting him a couple times, but you can't just keep hitting the dude when it's not effective. So you got your knee on his neck. He's acting out. People are recording you. They are responding to what they think that they see from your behavior. He's in handcuffs. He's stomach down on the ground. There's 2 dudes on his legs. You arrogant PO. You should have just chilled. You should have played to the camera, and our country wouldn't be looking like this. But you're an arrogant, sorry, and you decide that you're gonna show them right because I could technically do this. It's the right thing to do. You dummy. Now you done got fired. Now you got everybody fired. Now you facing charge in the court when you wouldn't have if you would have just eased off his neck, even though you know it's you know it's legitimate policy. Ease off his neck and say, look, y'all got it on camera. Tell him to stop. I'm going to get up off his neck. If he keep going, I got to go back down. Play into the camera and make them look stupid. When you get off his neck, because he ain't going nowhere. And if he does and you have to smack him with one, you got the upper hand. You have the leverage. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't doing nothing. If it got bad enough, you can hit him with a 2-piece and a hot pepper and he finished. Get up off of him. Play to the camera. He's already sustained in custody. Make them look stupid. Have wisdom. Play the game, dummy. And it makes me mad because it makes all of us look bad because you got police officers that are that dumb, that are that arrogant, they willing to take a chance on their lives to prove somebody wrong. And you better hope they don't burn you. They added the third degree, they reinstated the third degree murder charge. They trying to get him. They can't have an acquittal. Dumb. And I could call you a dummy because I was a police officer before and I was in situations that were way more violent than that, and I would never do anybody like that. I would never do that. Never. You on your stomach in handcuffs. I win. You act up, I punch you. If it comes down to it, I mean, that's the last resort. But if I'm that flustered and you're just kicking and getting up off the ground and I'm just going, one good one, put him to sleep, put the pillow down, he'll be all right. You rather end up punching him than killing him because you want to be Mr. I'm a tough guy. It just makes me mad. Anyway, now that I've railed enough on a police officer because I think he was an idiot, George Floyd was an idiot too. This is a story of when two idiots collide. George Floyd, everybody look at videos of him saying he got his life together. Well, maybe he did at some point, but he was backsliding that day. He's trying to buy materials with fake money. Stop with the hands up, don't shoot. I'm a black man just walking down the street. You caused the police to be there. You the one got the police there. They were minding their business at the donut shop. And you had to waste their time trying to buy something with fake money because you're a drug head. And you got people in the car probably selling you dope. You're just backsliding. Your kids are in another state. You out here getting high. You are an idiot. Then they show up and you fight them and you argue, doing all this other stuff, kicking yourself out the car. I'm claustrophobic. I'm claustrophobic. You claustrophobic, but you weren't claustrophobic when you're in the front seat of that car with other people in the car probably selling you dope. You weren't claustrophobic then, but you claustrophobic when it's time to go to jail. You done drove all the way over there in the front seat of that little car, and you definitely wasn't claustrophobic. Listen, man, whether claustrophobic or not, he ingested fatal amounts of drugs. Chauvin could have passed out and been gargling. George Floyd would have still died. I believe he would have still died. You cannot ingest fentanyl and methamphetamine in a fatal dose and think you're going to live. It doesn't matter what Chauvin did. I think that's what's going to come out in court, but I don't know. I'm looking at the court just like you guys. It's two dummies bumping together in a dumb society created this whole thing. A society of idiots. Not us, because we the smart ones and we the perfect. We perfect. We ain't never sinned in our lives. I'm talking about some other dummy on another live stream. A dumb America that is just striving for racism, striving for strife and confusion and chaos. We cannot live without chaos and racism. That is America's God. Racism is America's God. That is America's God. Racism. They can't hold judgment. You can't look in the mirror. It's got to be racism. And if it ain't racism, I don't want to talk about it. If black on black violence is proceeding in the inner cities at rates that are astronomical and ungodly, then I don't want to hear about it because it ain't racism. It ain't the racist God. if a black man is destroyed by another black man in America, it doesn't matter. Because you are doing it all day long, every day since before Jim Crow. You been doing it all week, all year, tonight. But let a white man justifiably use deadly force against a black person, and it's all over. It is Armageddon. Let me say this. I am sick and tired of the foolishness in our country. I watched the video where this girl literally, I'm gonna make a video about this. I'm gonna make a video about this. I may do it tonight. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna make a video about this. This girl gets pulled over by police. The vehicle that she's in registers to a person who has warrants. Somehow she probably has warrants. She resists arrest from the police officer. She jumps in a car. She pulls a gun. She shoots the cop. Pow! He returns fire. Terrible officer safety, terrible officer awareness skills. I'll get to that when I make the video. She shoots the man. She gets lit. She gets lit up. She drive away. Crash. She crashed somewhere down the street. That's not the worst part. That's not the worst part. The worst part is her mom getting on national television. Not national, because it didn't make national television, I don't think. Getting on television after watching the body-worn camera. After watching this, go down on the camera, the film that I'm going to show you guys. I may even do it tonight. The film that after on body-worn camera, she watches her pull a gun out and shoot him and say, I want justice for my daughter. She didn't do nothing. I don't even know how a regular traffic stop turned into a shooting because she didn't even do nothing. Because my daughter ain't even that type of person. Your daughter isn't that type of person? Let's explore this. First of all, your daughter is dating somebody who has warrants. And she's driving his car around and get pulled over. She already stupid. And then, I don't know what kind of warrants she must have had that you're going to shoot a police officer. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Baby, am I too loud? I heard my wife walking with the baby. I want to make sure I'm not too loud. What are you thinking? Mama said, she never do nothing like that. You lady, you just watched on TV shoot a police officer. Y'all raising some kids. Your kids up, and you raising them, and you can tell how you didn't make your kids is that when you get on TV, you get confronted, then you say something stupid. My daughter, they ain't never did nothing like that. You know your daughter hustling, she gangbanging, she running with these fools. You know she living that life. She got a gun in her pocket, in her purse. You don't know that your daughter will shoot a police officer if the rubber hits the road? You ain't no parent. You should go to jail. You should go to jail. If your kids are cutting up like that, you should get a fine or something. Because you're a bad parent. I don't care what nobody say. You did something wrong if your kids are turning out like this. You did something wrong. Maybe not everything wrong. You did something. Something you did was wrong. If either one of my sons grow up and be a dummy, it's my fault. I'll pay a fine. I do a week in jail. That's my duty to society, to raise reasonable children. Quit treating these kids like they're your friends. These kids ain't your friends, they're your kids. Let your friends treat them like friends. They not your friend. And when you treat them like friend, they don't respect you. And they don't respect you, they won't respect other adults. And then when you tell them to do something, they don't listen, and then you got to beat them to death. Stop treating your kids like they're your friends. You devil. You are destroying America. Stop having babies with these people that don't like you and ain't trying to support the kid at all. Keep your junk in the trunk. And the reason I'm saying this, and I know it's biased towards women, is because y'all got the power. Tell Lil Johnny Ray Ray and them, no. You ain't got no job, Johnny. Ray Ray, you still selling dope. I can't take no chance with you. All you got to do is say no. But you don't say no. You like the bad boy. You like little Johnny and them, because Johnny got gold teeth in his mouth and he riding down the street in a slab. Johnny got $50 bills coming out his pocket. And you like little John because everybody like him in the hood. John got 5 other kids, but he gonna take care of this one. I knew he gonna take care of this one. Why? Because I got the WAP. I got the WAP, so he gonna take care of this one because I got the WAP. Well, now what happened? I guess you got a WAP Junior. Somebody else got WAP Senior. And he didn't went on to another one. Stop messing with these fools. Stop sleeping around if you ain't responsible, you ain't got no responsible candidates. It's your body, your choice. Choose wisely. Get you some good candidates. You should have a resume. You should have a resume. You'd be like, do you have a job? Okay, yes. How many kids do you have? Okay, you got 2. Do you take care of your kids? Okay, you take care of your kids. You got a job. How long you been on your job? Do you have a felony record? Okay, you have passed the test. Meet me in the bedroom. But if a brother say, I got 10 felonies, you failed. You can't sleep with me. You better go sleep with Shaniqua and them. You can't sleep with me because I care about myself and my future. And I don't want to raise the next serial killer or drug dealer or gangbanger or prison inmate because I know I ain't raising no man without his daddy. But we know how this works. We know how this works. All right, let's go to the next subject. I got a few topics I want to talk about, and I want to talk about this. Somebody said Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin. Now let me say this in all honesty. Kirk Franklin cussed his son out over the phone. And these are probably videos I'm going to make later, but I'm giving y'all a sneak peek because I like to make the videos independently so I could just focus on that one thought. Kirk Franklin cussed his son out, his estranged son, cussed him out real bad, called him an N-word, all kind of stuff. Now, B. Tatum, I always keep it real. I always keep it 100. I done cuss people out, and I'm a Christian, and I regretted it. I don't regret it. I regret that I had to do it. I don't regret doing it. I regret that I had to do it. Now, I repented. I said, God, forgive me. But I had to flex on somebody on the internet. And I threatened them and everything. And I meant it. So that's what it was. I hate that I had to resort to that. I'm never going to put myself in a position to do that again. So I understand how you could be a Christian and you could flash on people. Because that old man is still hanging around somewhere. I didn't kill him enough. He died. And when I was born again, and I then went back to the grave to kind of dig his tomb up to see if he's still alive. And it came out on somebody one day on live. So I understand how it is to flash on somebody and step out of character and have to ask for repentance. So I'm not going to be lying to myself and criticize him unreasonably and act like I'm holier than thou. I think what he did was ridiculously weird. The stuff that he said about his son, the stuff that he said about his son, and things of that nature, the way he was talking to him, just super ghetto and weird. And I'll make a video about this tomorrow. So I don't think that was right. And you are a gospel leader. People know who you are. You got to hold up the standard. Now, I will say this because it makes sense. I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. you shouldn't do that. And you shouldn't raise kids that do you like that. I think he's 100% responsible for his son being crazy like that. He's 100% responsible for that. And he on there cussing and acting a fool. You know, and to me, I don't think it was right, the words that he said, but I think it's right chastising your kids. You know, let me say this. My kids live in a dictatorship. You know, this is not a democracy. Nobody voting in my house. You ain't voting. Daddy say that it goes. I've known from my father that you bet not ever disrespect your daddy. No, I don't care how old you are. ABL in the house. Shout out to ABL. ABL, we got to do that Thursday thing again. Don't ever disrespect your daddy. Don't ever disrespect your daddy. I don't care what your daddy do. Me and my dad have a great relationship, and sometimes I don't agree with my dad. I will never disrespect my father because my daddy would kill me. I think my daddy would kill me. I think if it came down to it and I disrespect my dad, I tried to buck up against my dad like, well, let's throw some punches. I think my dad would kill me. And I don't blame him. And I know that ever since I was a kid, and that's why I don't try my daddy. Same thing with my kids. Don't you ever. Don't let these little kids get you twisted all up. Don't let that rap music get you twisted all up. You ever step to me, I'm gonna break you in half. I'll go to jail. I'm gonna break you in half. One thing that will never happen is my own children disrespecting me. It will never happen. Ever. I will go to jail over that. So I understand why he kind of flexed on his son a little bit, but I don't know the full story, and I think that there's more to the story that we should be talking about. But that's how men are raised. Respect your father, and know that and have a healthy fear of your father. If you do something to your father, they're gonna kill you. For my kids, I tell my kids all the time. If you ever get yourself to the point where you think you finna challenge me, you finna assault me, you finna try to fight your dad, I'm gonna get you. And it ain't gonna be nice. And that's the way men should be to they sons. You should love your son. You should respect your son. But your son should know that if you want to take it there, I'll take it there and go to jail. Anyway, y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm keeping it real. I can never. Fakeness is not in my spirit. Let me talk about something else about the settlement of George Floyd, because I brought it up. George Floyd's family got paid $27 million. Now, I don't know exactly what family got it. I don't know if it was his daughters, his mama, them. Who knows? $27 million payout. That's crazy is 27 mil. Now, let me tell you what this proves, and you can tell all your friends that are social justice warriors. It doesn't matter if the police officers are wrong or right. When somebody dies, there's always a payout. There's always a payout. Just about always. When somebody dies at the hands of police, there's a payout. Right or wrong or indifferent, it's a payout. And for some reason, they don't take these people to court, so they settle. That's why you only see Crump and all of these people on high profile cases. Because they're not gonna do no low profile. If you're a black person, you get done wrong, and you ain't no high profile case, they're not taking your case, because there ain't no M's behind it. I dare you, and I know Crump probably have you not disclose or sign a non-disclosure of the percentage that he get from filing your lawsuit for you. I bet Crump gets, I don't know, 20%, 30, 40% filing that civil rights lawsuit. He get 20, 30% of your money. He getting M's just to show up on TV. That's my client. I know he was a dirty dog, but I'm gonna say he was heaven sent. That dude always defending the wrong people, but that's fine. You can get your treasures here. You can get your treasures here. Somebody said something about their son hitting a girl. I tell my son, this is how I'm gonna teach my son. Treat everybody with respect. Treat everybody with respect. Girl, boy, they all the same. Treat everybody with respect. And if anybody put their hands on you, defend yourself. I don't care who they are. Girl, boy, trans, not. Defend yourself. Don't let nobody disrespect you. Respect everybody equally. Because the moment that you say, I'm going to be laxed on girls, a girl beat you up, beat you down, stab you or something, and you all messed up. The moment you try to act like you're going to not respect some men because they're smaller than you, that's when you get tossed up like a salad. Respect everybody fairly. Men, women, the same. Don't let people put their hands on you. Defend yourself at all costs. I'll come up to the school and I'll make it right. Defend yourself. Don't let nobody hit you in the head and run off. Defend yourself. Girl or boy, defend yourself. I'll tell my young girls, respect everybody equally, men or women. Don't put your hands on nobody unless you're ready to fight. Don't slap no man thinking men shouldn't be hitting women, because, young lady, respect everybody the same. You put your hands on some men, they'll tear you up. And you looking dumb because you want to be Miss Sassy Pants. Don't put your hands on nobody. It's like me right now. I'm not gonna go and slap Mike Tyson. Because he's a professional boxer, technically he should take it light on me because I'm not a professional fighter. So I should be able to slap him and he should just hold his fist back because he know he can beat me. But I'm not finna do that, man. Mike Tyson be beating me. He old as he is, he still probably beat me down. He still probably hit you with a and you done. He'd be 70 years old whooping people. I treat everybody with respect, man. Mike Tyson all the way down. That's how people should do. But the payout George Floyd's family is complete proof that it doesn't matter. They pay him out anyway. How do you use drugs your whole life and be an idiot and you end up dying from an overdose and they pay your family $27 million? That to me is sinful. That is demonic. That is demonic. And let me jump to another subject, and I want to touch on all these things within this quick hour. Let me touch on this, and I'll go to the comment section and super chats, and I'll jump on that in a minute. Let me go to this Christ privilege thing. So we got a shirt up on my store called Christ Privilege. It is our #1 seller. I think it's the greatest message you can have. It says Christ privilege on the front, and there's no door a man can close that God has opened for you. It's that simple. And I want to say this in the spirit of people being bold in today's time, especially Christians. You believe in Christ. It is time that you be bold. None of us should be adhering to any other privilege except Christ's privilege. If you are born in Christ, if you are in Christ Jesus, you are a new creation, right? If you are in Christ Jesus, then your privileges are now coming from God. They're not coming from man anymore. Because how do you get to God? It's through Christ. How is the reconciliation happening? It's through Christ. And so when you are in Christ, you have the privileges that God has afforded through Christ. Your privileges is Christ's privilege. And I want people to understand that. There ain't no job. There's not an opportunity. There's no baby mama. None of that stuff matters. Because now your privileges are coming from God. And I think God can still give you privileges even if you ain't in Christ. Because, God reigns on the just as well as the unjust. That's what the Bible say. But you have an expected hope that you will have a privilege in Christ Jesus. None of this stuff didn't happen just to be. This ain't a book that people were writing an account of just to be doing something. There is power in the inheritance. There is power in the inheritance. I want people to understand this. I'm speaking to the people who are saved. people who are in Christ. And if you ain't in Christ, this is a good promotional video for you to become a part of the kingdom. But those of us who are in Christ have an inheritance. I think people forget about this. Like, there is God in heaven that have made the heavens and the earth. God has done all these wonderful things. And then there is a distancing between man and God, the human condition and God, right? You far distance from the creator of the heavens and the earth. All of the great things that ever existed, you are distanced from that. But through Christ, you now become inherited. You have now the inheritance. And you have the perks that come with the inheritance, right? What comes with being a Tatum, as I tell my children? What comes with being a Tatum? You have a legacy of great men. You have what's passed down from your daddy to you is the things that I've been able to create, the things that I have. All that I have is going to be passed down to my children via their inheritance. And that's exactly what we have. All of the promises, all of the fact patterns of God are being passed down through the inheritance of our relationship with God through Christ. Okay, I thought I'd just talk about that. Christ privilege is something that I think means a lot more than a T-shirt. And I know that T-shirt is fire. So if you want to go on there and get the T-shirt from Officer Tatum's store. The link is in the description section. Maybe it's not right now, but it will be. But I wanted to touch on that because I think that's very important. I want us to remember that. Never forget that. Never forget that. Somebody said, let me answer a couple questions in the comment section. Somebody said, it's for Christ to judge George Floyd by his past, not us. Well, that's not true. It's for Christ to condemn. It's the condemnation of his past is through Christ, through God the Father. That the condemnation of his past, but the judgment of his past can be righteously judged. That's like saying if somebody was a pedophile and they went to prison for pedophilia and they get out and they want to apply for a job to watch your kids. What you gonna say? No, what you gonna say? Well, it's not up to me to judge you. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm just saying it's not up to me to judge you. It's up to Christ to judge your past. So come on and watch my kids. No, brother. Your past, I have to do a righteous judgment. The Bible says you shall know them by their fruits. His past was indicative of the day he died as a drug-using criminal. That was his past and present at the time that he died. So I just want to throw that out there. I don't like when people say, don't judge, don't judge, don't judge, don't judge people. The Bible says that you shall judge people, but you first need to get the stuff out of your eyes first before you talk about somebody else. But that doesn't mean you can't judge other people. You can't condemn them, but you can judge them. And I don't know where we missed that at. You can't tell a person where they're going to heaven and hell. You have no idea. But you can tell a person that you're a lying, cheating, stealing son of a gun and I want nothing to do with you. I'm judging you based on your behaviors. And I can forgive you, but still I understand who you are based on your behaviors. I know you by the fruits that you present. I'm judging you. I'm evaluating you. You know, it's funny because people have a job and they evaluate people to work on their job. And it's like, do you not have people submit resumes? You're judging them. Do you not run a background check? You're judging them. You're judging their character. You're judging what they represent and see if you want them to be a part of your job. You have to do that. That's life. We judge each other. But you got to do it righteously, not through malice or other nefarious means. Let me see. Let me get a couple of these super chats first. Let's see. Right. Kat said, judge people's actions, leave the judgment of their spirit and core to God. 100%. I used to have this saying when I was a police officer that I didn't know any bad people. I just knew people who made bad decisions, right? People who made bad decisions. I don't know who they are. They can change. I changed. I got saved. I became a different person. So as a person, I don't know. I can't say if you're a great person or not, but I can say that your actions are XYZ. You're making bad decisions or you're making good decisions. Let me get some of these super chats, then I'm gonna go to the comment section. Okay, they finally let the stuff save. It says Walker, let's see, Walker should have got, Walker shouldn't have got by Taylor's surviving family and friends. Oh, Walker should have got. Yeah, she put him in. I mean, y'all look at the jailhouse calls that I got on the Tatum report. I pinned it to the top. When y'all look at the jailhouse call records and stuff like that, they were blaming Kenneth Walker. They said he was soft. They said he was responsible for her death, which he was, because he shouldn't have shot at the police officers when they came into the house. Let's see, Holly, thanks so much for the super chat. There was same situation in Houston with the no-knock a few years ago that resulted in 2 deaths. They got the wrong house. Hardly any media coverage. Yeah, I mean, because it ain't no black and brown bodies. Cops do mess up. Don't get me wrong. Let's see. Ashley, thanks so much for the super chat. A nightmare I had the other night in bed, like real life, and hands were around my neck telling me, I'm sorry, you got to die. When I woke up, I saw a cross in the morning light through the window. What do you make of this? So Ashley, I'm glad I'm able to answer your super chat, because I think that's incredibly valuable. I'm not acting like I'm Joseph or nothing. I can interpret dreams, but I can speak to it because I've had similar things happen to me, and I believe in my personal experience that's very similar to Ashley's personal experience, is that the devil is trying to kill you, literally, in the spirit realm, which probably transcends into the natural realm. The devil can try to kill you in your sleep. When those things happen to you, you need to yell Jesus. And I'm not even trying to be religious. I've had things like that happen to me. I feel like the devil trying to smother me. I couldn't breathe. I was in that in-between stage, and I just go, Jesus. And I think that what you're experiencing is, I don't know where you're at in your walk with God, but I think what you're experiencing is that battle between life and death, the battle between the dark side and the light, the battle between the devil trying to take you out versus God saying, I got a plan for you. Follow the cross. But like I said, I'm not acting like I'm a prophet or something. I know where you're at in your spiritual walk, but I think that could be a dilemma that I don't know, only you and God knows, that whatever lifestyle that you're doing, or whatever the things that you're doing, maybe God is trying to give you an example of you're worn between 2 sides. And if you keep going down this way, you may lead to your demise. Follow the cross, or maybe re-engage with the cross, or become more fluent in learning about the cross and participating in the kingdom of God, because you're going to need it. I mean, but like I said, I'm not here prophesying nobody. I'm not acting like I know nothing about you. I'm just giving an example. Omar T, it is true that Floyd and Chauvin used to work together at a club. Yeah, but that don't mean they knew each other. I mean, I work with people. I'm sure they didn't work in the same capacity. You know, Floyd may have been a bouncer, and Chauvin probably worked off duty in a police capacity, and they probably end up working at the same place. Why? Because it's a small area. It's not that hard for police officers to work in the area they patrol, and it's not odd that old boy lives and works and participates in a similar area. Somebody said, I want your take on Kirk Franklin. I think I already gave that. You should call your new energy drink Blue Line Energy. 10% of proceeds go to the families of fallen officers. They want to pay families like George Floyd. Let's reward the real families that sacrificed. 100%. 100%. That's a good idea. Like we got a name for my energy drink, but I'm thinking about other stuff. And maybe it's a good idea. I'm thinking about other stuff because I want to make sure I broaden it out, but I don't want to pigeonhole myself. Into a certain clientele, into a certain identity. I want this to be global. Let's see. All right, let me get a couple of these super chats. I want to look this up real quick and see, because that's a good thought. Where's the thing at? Okay. Let's see if we... Okay. All right. Good thought. Appreciate it. Let's see. Intro, thanks so much for the super chat. Michelle, thanks so much for the super chat. Welcome back, B. Tatum. Haven't been live in a while. Congratulations on the baby. Can you play Topher's Circle Back for us before you go? Y'all on here, let's listen to Circle Back. Somebody want me to play Circle Back. So let me try to find Circle Back real quick and just hold on to your seatbelt because I'm finna circle back. Let's see if we can do it. I was jamming that the other day in my car. I thought it was cool. Let's see. Topher. Circle back. Boom, 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 boom. Circle back. That's funny, man. I like that. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. All right, let me turn the volume down while I play the commercial. Then when it's out of commercial, I'm gonna play this. I don't know if y'all know who. Somebody said that I watched the Grammys. And I don't think I've watched the Grammys, and I don't think I ever watched the Grammys. Let's see what we got here. Let's put this video up on the screen. For those of you who haven't seen this, roll the film.
Circle back with him. I'm happy to circle back with you. I can circle back.
It's pretty obvious we all know you're pretending. You have no actual facts for the lies that you're defending. Conservatives not the only ones who find it condescending. The real reason you circle back is cause you know it's never ending. Round and round and round you go, dancing like a puppet show. Just a simple yes or no. Thousands watching wanna know the truth. I guess there's too much to ask. Like why Biden was at the Lincoln Memorial without a mask, huh? Can't believe what I'm seeing.
See, I like the chorus though. I like the chorus. See, this is what my boy need to get. And I'm not saying that Tom McDonald don't have good choruses because I think he does, but I think that some of his songs are great. But the chorus he got to work on the chorus, man. But Topher.
We'll circle back with you. Circle back. I'll have to just circle back with you. Circle back. I'm happy to circle back.
Circle back, only just to hear you say. In the beginning, we tried giving you a chance, but it seems that
Well, this song is tight. I'm not gonna lie, this song is tight. I done made a circle back song for you. Y'all know your boy can't dance, but I just want to play a little bit. I'm gonna let y'all listen to the rest of Topher's song. I didn't talk over it. Maybe I'll make a reaction video, but that's a little bit of that's a little bit of his song, so y'all kind of know what it sounds like. That is so funny. I'm circling back on y'all. Anyway, I got a couple more super chats that just came in. Let's see. Yeah, but that blue line energy sound pretty interesting. Let's see. So if I sell drugs, let's see. So if I sell drugs and a criminal, I'll be a hero in America by liberal logic. 100%. You might as well sell drugs and do stuff you shouldn't do against police officers, and then you'll be rich if you don't die, and then your family will be rich because your family's better off without you if you're doing all that, and it takes you to die for them to get rich. Anyway, no mention of Capitol officers who murdered Babbitt. Yeah, man. I mean, that's weird. I don't think it was Capitol officers. I think it was Secret Service. I think it was one of Pence's Secret Service details. That Babbitt thing was weird to me. And I always thought it was weird. And to this day, I don't understand how there's just no investigation into that. Now, she wasn't doing what she's supposed to do. She was wrong to a certain degree. But to shoot her in the neck is weird to me. She didn't seem like she was that much of a deadly threat. No weapons, no nothing. I don't know. I don't know what she was saying. So maybe she was like, I'm going to kill you. I don't know. It's the B. Tatum. What's up, man? Let's see. People who said the riots were just stuff being destroyed as just like Ilhan Omar, who that 9/11 stuff happened, like lives were lost. I disagree to a certain degree. The Capitol, first of all, 9/11. Hold on. I respect whoever wrote this super chat, but like, Ilhan Omar said something to the effect of that thing that happened to those people or something. She said something crazy. 9/11? That's not even close to the Capitol. 9/11? You know how many people died in 9/11? You know how many people died later on as a result of contaminants and exposure during 9/11? That ain't nothing near what happened at the Capitol. It ain't even close. It ain't even close. That's that. You're talking about how many people died. How many people got injured in 9/11? The structural damage that was done, the money of repair a city of people jumping out of 100-store building, hitting the floor. That ain't, y'all, you got to be smoking crack to think that that is even close of a comparison. The Capitol, who died in the Capitol? The one young lady got shot in the neck. Okay, she died. That was bad. That's one person. The police officer had a complicated medical issue that had, from all that I've read, had nothing to do with him being attacked at the Capitol. And then there was somebody at the Capitol that committed suicide. And then there was other people at the Capitol who were on the friendly side. When I say friendly side, the side of the civilians, they had heart attacks. Even if 6 people died at the Capitol riots or insurrection, whatever you want to call it, that's not even close to 9/11. 9/11 was a terrorist attack on from a foreign. Let me not say that because I don't know if it was really foreign. I think some people in this country had something to do with it. I think some people in this country had a lot to do with it, but you know, that ain't even close, bro. It ain't even close. I don't even consider the thing at the Capitol to be like everybody. Oh, it was so insurrectional. Stop. Nobody even had a weapon. They didn't even have a weapon. And when I say weapon, I mean nobody had a gun. And nobody's gonna stop you from driving into the city, into the District of Columbia without a gun. I mean, with a gun, nobody's gonna stop you. They don't know. They don't have a metal detectors. Nobody had a gun. Nobody even had a gun. And y'all acting like people acting like this is the biggest. This is the craziest thing I ever seen in my life. They were bombarding the Capitol, but they taking selfies, doing this. Hey mom and dad, look, I'm taking selfies in the Capitol. I got Nancy Pelosi's podium. The biggest insurrection ever in the United States history. People are crazy. I don't get it. It's an insurrection that lasted 2 hours. It was an insurrection to stop the vote, and then they voted the same day. They went back and voted the same day. How did people get out, Brandon? They were exterminated out. No, they when they walked out. They just let them out. A lot of people just walked out. The biggest insurrection in the United States history. Stop. Dang. I start to wonder. I don't know if this is the conclusion that the person who wrote the super chat is trying to make. I'm just making my conclusion on the idiocy of people in this country. I don't know how God deals with us. We are some of the. He has some brilliant people, but we are some of the dumbest people. We're some of the dumbest animals, if you want to call it that. We're the dumbest. People are just dumb. I'm not talking about y'all because y'all perfect. I'm talking about just the person in general is just dumb. All you got to do is drive on a freeway for 30 seconds and see somebody going 10, 20 miles per hour under the speed limit in the fast lane. They tell you that people are just dumb. What possessed you to be in the fast lane and people are honking at you driving around you and you're still in the fast lane going 20 under? You're dumb. Just no intelligence, no sense of awareness. Just, I don't know what's going on. Why are people driving around me? Why is everybody driving faster in this lane than on the other 3 lanes, 4 lanes? Why is this? It's the HOV lane. And it says you're only supposed to be 2 people, 2 or more people. It's just me, and I'm going 30 under the speed limit. And I won't get out of the lane because I don't know what's going on in my life. This is the insurrection. What is happening? Just dumb. George Floyd was a black and brown violence. This country is racist. It's just dumb. I don't know how God deals with us, man. If I was God, I'd be like, bruh, really? You tripping. I'm starting to take. When I said you were made in my image, I don't know, cause you dumb, and I don't think God is that dumb. I don't think God is that dumb. But y'all know I'm being facetious. Somebody on here is gonna get on and say, Breonna Taylor said God was dumb. He don't believe in the sovereignty of God. What my wife talking about? There's an insurrection in Portland Federal Building every night. They were trying to burn down the federal building in Portland, Oregon for 300 days. And now they got it on fire and stuff. They assaulting people in there. And nobody said anything. I don't know what's going on. It was Portland? Is that in America? People are just dumb, man. Just flat dumb, man. Just dumb. Joe Biden is the greatest president ever lived. Look at how many votes he got. He really is a great president. Okay. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Do you get it? I don't get it. Maybe I'm lost. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't get it. How do you cognitively and with any level of research or dignity, how do you vote for somebody? How do you vote against your better judgment? Joe Biden is dumb. Anyway. Woo. Trump was bad. Joe Biden is, God dang. Brandon, the leftists control public school, universities, the media, the corporations, etc. How can we possibly win the culture war? I think people like Topher and Bryson Gray and they are eating into the culture to where now you got hip, cool music without cussing that you can listen to and be proud to be a patriot. You don't have to listen to these crazy rappers. You got patriots. You got patriots who you can listen to. Shout out to my boy Bryson on here. Bro, you need to come to the content house. Hit me up, bro. Text me. But you got people like Bryson and them who making real music. You know, you got people who are cultured who are in the movement. And so you just got to keep going with that. I mean, the culture war. You know, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what end to start with. But you win the culture war by doing, like I said, what Bryson and them doing. You get in the music industry. You make good music. You make clean music so people can listen to. It's the same thing. And you win the culture war by people who are conservative to own and run and stand up for something. The problem is we don't win the universities because people at the universities can be conservative and they ain't gonna say nothing. They're not gonna stand up for nothing and do nothing. Parents just let the teacher say all kinds of stupid stuff to their kids. They never do anything about it. You're not gonna win the universities. You're not gonna win the corporations because as soon as somebody gets smashed on, y'all turn your back on them. As soon as they go to the Capitol and say we demand some change, y'all, it's arresting. These are bad people. I can't believe these are un-American. You just jump down their throat. Man, I think I just drank a hair. Had a hair in my drink and I drank it. Son of a bean dip. I mean, like I said, like Tom McDonald too. And, you know, it's a cultural shift when it comes to that. People in Hollywood that are in Hollywood, they need to come out and say, look, I'm a conservative and I don't care what you think. And every conservative should back them up and support them. Go watch the movie that they're involved in. You know what I'm saying? Give them an opportunity for acting gigs. People need to step up and say something. The problem is that the silent majority. It's time to not be a silent majority. It's time to not be a silent majority. It's time for us to be the outspoken majority. You know what I'm saying? The outspoken majority, or even you could say the outspoken minority. I don't care what you say, but we need to be outspoken. We need to say something. We need to stop being cowards. Stop letting people tell you a racist. Screw these people. Stand up for what you believe. Say it like you mean it. I don't understand. That's what we mess up at, is that we try to placate too much. Be who you are, no matter what environment you're in. I don't care about them friends. These free people don't like you anyway. You trying to be somebody's friend, they don't even like you. If they liked you, they'd be your friend no matter what your political views are. Ding, ding, ding. Stop trying to appease these people. Stop trying to be nice to these people. These people are evil. They're hateful. They're devils. Don't be their friends. Find new friends. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy. Don't waste your God-given air that you're breathing. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Stand up for what you believe in. How did you get to this point, Mr. Tatum? And I'm going to get off, I promise. I got to give me 5 minutes. I'm going to get off. I'm only supposed to be doing this for an hour. Mr. Tatum, Mr. Tatum, Mr. Tatum, how do you get to this point? Because I just keep it real. And real recognize real. That's why people follow me, because they recognize real. They don't recognize me trying to say what y'all want to hear me say. I say things that people may not agree with. And I don't care, because I'm Breonna Tatum and I say what I want to say. And you are who you are. You say what you want to say. It's that simple. Be yourself. Try it. It works. Be yourself. You will start raising up a generation of other people who will say, you know what, I'm going to be myself. People are just waiting for you to move. You're on your job. People just wait. You got a whole bunch of other conservatives. They wait for you to do something. Soon as you come out, everybody else going to come out. You got a remnant of people behind you waiting for you to step up and come out and make your statement be known, and then they'll get the courage to come out and, yes, we are conservatives. Start fighting back on these people, man. The thing that bothers me the most is when people tuck their tails between their legs. When somebody call you a racist, tell them to go themselves. Don't say those words, because I don't advocate cussing. But hit the beep button. Say, go beep yourself. Go screw yourself, man. You're a racist. You're a dummy. Don't let people get away with it. No, you're a liar. No, you're ignorant. No, you don't know what you're talking about. You're a racist. You're a racist. You're a racist. You're a racist. You're dumb. Don't let these people talk to you crazy like that. Don't let your professor say nothing crazy to you like that. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, go blow up on them in the classroom and just get kicked out. What do you got to lose? Put it on camera, though, so you can go viral. Blow up on them. Tell them what a piece of he is, and then walk out of there. What are they going to do to you? They already didn't try to kick you out anyway. They already shunting your voice. They already saying all that stuff. Go off on your thing. Put the camera on and go off. Tell them everything you've been wanting to tell them the whole semester. If he fail you fail that class, it's your money. You pay for another class. Finish at another university. Take your credits to somewhere else. Go off on them. You a racist. All you in here are pieces of crap. Always blaming the white man. Blame yourself. Blame your own community. Quit talking about the white man. We ain't done nothing but made you successful. I just want to say this and I'm done. 2 minutes. 3 minutes. 10, hour and 10, I'm getting off here. Stop being weak. I would tell black people this if I was white and black people came to me talking about, oh, you don't know your privilege. I'm like, well, you're not white, so how you going to tell me what white privilege is? Have you ever experienced white privilege? No, you haven't, because you're not white. You don't know what you're talking about. So quit trying to tell me what you know about white people. And I won't tell you what I know about black. You won't tell me what I know about being white. Stay in your lane, I'll stay in mine. You don't know nothing about white privilege. You ain't never been white a day in your life. You don't know what you talking about. You guessing. All right, then you throw that out there at them. Then you say, well, if you don't like America, then move to Africa then. No, you're not, because America is the greatest country on planet Earth. And your ancestors fought so you can have freedom here, and you too stupid to realize it. Tell them that. Just be ready to fight when you tell them that, but tell them that. Too stupid. You should be thankful that you were brought, that your people were brought over here to give you an opportunity. How about if you were still in Africa? Would you be happy then? No, you wouldn't. You better hope you're a part of a royal family, because if you ain't, you getting genocide. I think I use my time and energy to thank my ancestors that they had to get beat so I can have freedom. I appreciate their sacrifice. I appreciate what they went through. What the devil meant for bad turned out to be good for his people. Stop being a coward. Stop being soft. Stop blaming the next man and count your blessings that God ordained the travel of many of black people to this country. You could have ended up a slave in Brazil. You could have ended up a slave somewhere else in the Middle East. Black people, the slave trade was everywhere, especially the Atlantic slave trade, where South America had way more than North America. You could have ended up in South America, but somehow God decided to Think ahead about you and put you in America, where you in the freest, most blessed country in a dispensation of time where you should be maximizing. You wasting your time crying about spilled milk. Quit being soft. Quit being a weenie. Step your game up and start grinding. You ain't never gonna get this chance again. You weren't born in the 1800s. You weren't born in the 40s, 30s, 50s. You were born in 2020, 2021. You alive today. You should be taking advantage of it. You crybaby. You soft crybaby. Go cry yourself in a corner somewhere. Get out the way and let real people start dominating. Let black people who appreciate what God has done start dominating. You sit your sorry sack of bones in the corner and cry about slavery till your teeth fall out. Get your sorry out of the way. Quit playing activists. Quit doing all that stuff. Get out of the way. Stop lying to our kids. Go sit your tail down somewhere and cry. Let everybody else win. This is the season of winning. This is the harvest that we are reaping because people sowed already. I'm sick of these people. I'm sick of these people. They always saying, you hate the black community. You don't hate being black. Being black is excellence. Being black ain't a victim. Being black ain't complaining all the time, crying. It's the white man, white supremacy. And I do have opportunities. Because you's up. That's why you don't have no opportunities. Look in the mirror and say, I'm up and I don't have no opportunities. Because I'm up and I was born up. My mama was single. Mama made me up. Just go ahead and tell yourself that. And then get out the way and go cry in the corner. And let somebody like B. Tatum, Candace Owens, Bryson Gray, let people like us get out our way so we can start teaching these people the truth. And teaching these people you should be grateful that you live in America today. You have all the opportunities in the world. Go to school, get your education. Quit trying to be cute. Quit trying to hook up with them little girls that ain't going to get you nowhere. You hooking up with Miss Thing ain't going to get you nowhere. You mess around and have a kid, your life is over. You're 15, 16, 17 years old. Get your mind off of the poontang and get your mind on your education. Because you're going to be dumb. You're going to be eating at the trash can. You're going to be selling drugs. You're going to be an idiot. Get your mind on what matters. Get your education so you can be smart. People died so you can be smart. Quit being dumb. Pull your pants up from around your butt. Tuck your shirt in and present yourself like you got some sense. Get your grades. Get your butt a job. If you can't go to college, get a job. Don't get student loans and be a dummy. If you don't know what you want to study, go get you a job. Get you some work experience. Be a man. Sick of y'all teaching these boys to be cowards. Punks. I said it, punk. Teaching them to be all soft. I'm sick of it. Grown men running around crying about white supremacy. Shut the front door. Shut the front door. Use your talents, man. What did God give you? Use that. Use your brain. Make some of yourself. No, it's not a white man's thing for you to be smart. It's a smart man's thing for you to be smart. Quit going back to what your mama and them told you, what your mama did, and your mama and them. My mama was on crack. My mama was on meth. We lived in a trailer park. We live in the projects. Shut up. Quit whining. Go make some of yourself. Drop your you know what and make some of yourself. You are in control of your life. Nobody's going to stop you. And if you're a Christian, you doggone better well know that ain't nothing going to stop you. It's funny that people can quote the scripture all day long. Quote Joseph, King David, speaking in tongues. Y'all can speak in tongues all day long and talk about that God said, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And then you preaching and doing all that, but y'all the softest, dumbest people in the world. In church, victims. Yet supposedly be praising a God that make you victorious. How does that happen? How do you end up being a victim in serving a victorious God? How do you hear about the story of Job, the story of Moses, the story of Abraham, the story of Solomon, the story of David, the story of Jesus, the story of Paul, the story of Peter? I go down the list. How do you hear these stories of these people in the Bible who have succeeded, who could have been sitting down and crying themselves to sleep, but they died for a cause, and you still a victim? In church, giving tithes, praying in tongues, and you still a victim. Church every Sunday got a Bible this thick, full of yellow writing, and you still don't get it. Still haven't figured it out. And Breonna Taylor say Christ's privilege, and you get in your feelings, and you get crazy, man, and want to cry. Well, you believe in God or do you not? Who's more powerful, God or the white man? Who's more powerful, God or the person that's at your job? Explain to me this. Who's more powerful, God or your mom and them? God or your circumstances? Which one? If you serve a God that ain't more powerful than what you're going through, then you might as well serve another one. Go to Buddha or somebody. Nothing against y'all, but I'm just saying, go some other God. I'm done. I see, I'm like a pastor. I said 5 minutes, that means 15 minutes. It's in your hands. Your future is in your hands. Your dreams are in your mind. Your reality comes out of your thoughts, in your mouth, and your chance taking. Yours, not mine, not Trump, not Joe Biden. Yours. The person you look at in the mirror. And it may take some doggone time. You're not going to be rich overnight. You're not going to be successful overnight. The burdens are not going to come off you overnight. It may take time, but you got to put your foot forward. You got to start somewhere. One foot in front of the other. When I was on the SWAT team, that was the rule you live by. When you feel like you want to quit, you're going to die, you're going to not make the team today, one foot in front of the other foot. That's all you need to be worried about. Can this foot get in front of this one? And then get in front of this one, and then on and so forth. If I just keep getting one foot in front of the other, all that other stuff will work itself out. One foot in front of the other. One day to the next. One positive decision to the next positive decision. One rejection of negative situations to the next rejection of negative situation. You mess up, ask for forgiveness, say, God, forgive me, and start going one foot in front of the other of positive decision making. And you will be successful. Take control of your life. Dream about what you want to be. Dream about who you are. Quit getting these little corny dreams. Get some big dreams. Dream beyond your capacity. And if you can still dream, that means you ain't dreaming hard enough. Keep dreaming. Keep moving. Keep thinking. Keep visualizing. I'm going to give y'all a quick example, and I promise I'm off here. I promise. Candace, I promise. Sean, I promise. I'm getting off here. My wife, wherever you at, sweetheart, I promise I'm getting off here in a minute. Dream. When I had 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, I kept making videos. I kept believing in my content. I kept putting it out. I kept going. And now I have 1.4 million. Before, I never had a store. Didn't know nothing about e-commerce. Had a store that we put together. Didn't know nothing about nothing. I went and I researched it. I looked it up. I played with the store. I made it better. I made improvements. I made losses. I made gains. And now my store is incredibly successful. I did it all by myself. I didn't go to school for e-commerce. I didn't go to school for marketing. I never did a store before. Who cares? Get off your butt and go find out how to do it and make it happen. Capping. And I'm gonna tell y'all two big things that I'm pursuing, that I've done, that I'm very proud of, is that I wrote my first book. Now I got to go back and write more of it because I feel like it was insufficient. So anybody that put their name on the list, the book is being postponed. I'll send you an email once we get a solid date. We got to postpone the book because I need more in the book. I need more of my story. I need more conversations about police brutality and all this stuff. It needs to be better. I'm challenging myself to do better because I felt like what I produced wasn't good enough. You deserve better than the book I was about to put out. And it wasn't bad, but you deserve excellence. And so we're going to postpone the book for a little bit. That was number one. Never thought I'd write a book a day in my life. Never thought I'd be publishing a book. And then I'd start dreaming about it. And then I start visualizing it. The book Beating Black and Blue came from me dreaming about 2 books, visualizing 2 books when I was a police officer. 2 books. I'm not going to say the name of the other one because that may end up coming out. 2 books. When I was a police officer, I had nothing to my name. I had no popularity. Nobody knew who I was. 2 books I wanted to write. One of them, Beating Black and Blue, is one of them that came to fruition this year. Then turn around, energy drink. And I'm just throwing it out there. My wife said, "You did your store by yourself, sir." And of course my wife helped me with the design, and she pretty much made it pop. She made it pop, lock, and drop it, baby. You know what I'm talking about. My wife knows what I'm talking about. Then the energy drink. People say, you shouldn't do an energy drink. You're in competition with all of these different people. What about Monster? What about all this stuff? You're in competition with me. It's going to take a lot of money to start up. Man, it's a chance that I'm taking. I've invested in making an energy drink. And we got the samples downstairs. The best energy drink that I've ever tasted in my life. I cannot wait for it to go to market. Best energy drink I've ever tasted. Ever. It's clean. It's all natural. It's organic. No artificial sweeteners. None of that. And it's the best energy drink I've ever tasted. And we still, do I know how it's gonna happen? I don't know. I don't know. But I dream big, and I pursue it 1 foot in front of the other. Thank God that the formulation of nutrition, the way it tastes, the nootropics that's in it, is bar none the best out there. Period. And I could tell you about our bottling, but I'm not gonna tell you because it's a surprise. I don't want anybody to try to steal my idea. The best that's out there. Nobody's doing what we're doing in the energy drink company, in the energy drink space. Nobody's doing what we're doing. Nobody. Because I had a dream, a vision of getting it done and doing it. Now, when it launched, we'll see where it go. Maybe my energy drink is bigger than Red Bull and all that other stuff. I don't know. That ain't up to me to try to figure out. What's up to me to figure out is to make sure that it's quality, doing it for the right reasons, acknowledging God in what I'm doing, and giving back. That's what the goal is. That's what the goal is. Anyway, I'm done. I think somebody should get something from somewhere. And if you got somebody you want to get this to, go ahead and share it with them. Tell them to watch it from an hour and 20 when Brandon went on that rant. Somebody somewhere need to hear it. Have some goals, have some dreams, make it happen. It's that simple. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. I'm going to try to go live Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Thursday, I'm going to try to bring the group of us back, ABL. I'm going to get Bryson up in there. He ain't been in there, I think, since we were doing the group. Jericho Green, all of the people that I know. And I'll get some people in there that I don't know, some guests on there. We'll throw some people in there every now and again. But I want to bring that back, and I think you guys love that. I kind of got away from it, but I want to bring it back. But I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the support, and we're going to keep rolling this thing till the wheels fall off, all right? I love you guys. More videos will be out tomorrow. I'll keep making videos during the week. I'm doing the best I can with a newborn baby. You know, we got the newborn, and he a handful sometimes. Yeah, about to post up on Monster. We doing it big, man. And when it launched, I need y'all to support it. And the reason I'm confident that I want y'all to support the energy drink, because it tastes good. I told them when they formulated, if it ain't the best energy drink I've ever tasted, I can't make an energy drink. I'm wasting my time. I'm not going to be competitive if it's not the best energy drink I've ever tasted. And what did they do? They make the best energy drink I've ever tasted. And that's what the formulators haven't been able to do. And shout out to them if they watching my content. But anyway, I'm excited about that. The most excited project I am is about this energy drink. I'm almost more excited about the energy drink than my book. I ain't gonna lie. This energy drink was big, man. It was a big risk. It's a big risk. And I think it's going to be great. We'll have it available online. We'll try to get it into every store known to man, and you can pick it up. And if you don't like it, then I can't give your money back because then that'd be too many people. But if you don't like it, if you ever see me in person, I'll give you your money back in person if you don't like my energy drink. But it's the best one. And we're going to give to God. We're going to give to police. We're going to support the community with the proceeds that we get. We got to figure out the logistics on what exactly we're going to do, what percentage. And then we'll go from there. Call it the Tatum panel. Yeah, I'm going to do that, man. Big risk, big reward. When it come out, y'all going to know. Y'all going to know that I told you I put in the risk. It tastes like chicken and waffles. That'll be cold if an energy drink tastes like chicken and waffles. Now it can't be organic and clean if it tastes like chicken and waffles. But that's what it is. Anyway, close. But if you haven't visit Tatum, the Officer Tatum store, the Officer Tatum store. The link should be in the description section, or just remember the Officer Tatum store. Go on there, man. Get you some merch on there. We restocked on a lot of our merch. We sold out. We almost about to sell out again on the Christ Privilege shirt. That Christ Privilege shirt is viral, and it should be because it's a great message. Christ Privilege. Go on and get your shirt. We got the hoodies available, and we got some other stuff available. And if there's anything that sells out, there's a button there that say notify me when it's made available. If we sell out of something, we'll have it. We'll try to have it ready by a week from that day. We'll have from about a week from that day, and we'll get it all up. All right. I love you guys. Thank y'all for the mods. Appreciate it, Sean. Appreciate it, everybody that mod today. I can't find everybody that was on here, but thank y'all for the mods, man. I really, really appreciate it. I love you guys, man. Peace. Which one do I stop first? Do I stop this one or do I stop this one?